Okay. Hello, knockouts. Tonya TKO here. And as you know, I'm a self love specialist from TonyaTko.com. I help you learn how to love yourself and each other. I wanted to talk really quickly about this situation with Azaelia Banks and Lizzo. There are many of us who came across this story last week or the week before when it first dropped. And me personally, I kind of stayed out of it because I wanted to take some time to just really kind of sit back and pontificate, kind of analyze the situation. Hello everybody, welcome in. We are live right now, but if you're seeing this video when it's not live, you go on ahead and thumbs up the video, share the video, like the video, and comment on the video below, because I was just doing a live video and the video had gone on for 42 minutes when I came upon this point, and I was going to talk about the Lizzo situation inside of that video, but I was like, you know what, let me go start a whole new video to be able to talk about this specifically so that we can just jump and dive right into that. Okay, so by now, many of you have already seen the comments that Azaelia Banks made about Lizzo. And for those of you who don't know Lizzo, Lizzo is a plus-sized entertainer. She's a Black woman who goes on stage in lingerie and she plays a flute and she does like this it's a soulful poppy kind of music. It's like soul pop, where it's like, I say it's like neo soul pop, where it's like neo soul pop trap. I don't really know how to describe it. You tell me inside of the comments how you would describe Lizzo's music. So Lizzo is taking the entertainment industry by storm. And so Azaelia Banks basically made these comments along the lines of how Lizzo is fat and she is playing the Mammy role and she's going out there making a fool of herself, and that part of the reason that she is getting all of the airplay and the promotion that she's getting right now is because she is this obese woman who jumps around on the stage twerking and making a fool of herself for the man, right? So when I first heard these statements, I was like, oh my God, you know what? Google it and read it for yourself, because like Azaelia Banks' statements are very just they're ridiculous. And mind you, I'm ad-libbing, but go read the statements for yourself. And I was stunned, but I had to take a few moments back to really kind of assess the situation, because I like Lizzo and I like her music. I love the fact that she is body positive. I love the fact that she is changing, she's shifting the industry, right? By first creating this shift inside I don't want to say a shift inside of herself, because I can imagine that she's always, I hope that she feels these feelings of self-love about herself and she feels comfortable going out there and being herself. I heard her beckoning for more big girls to be in the industry so that she wants to do dance videos with big girls in it and just have the whole just space dominated by big girls. And I heard her calling out for it, and I was like, you know what, that's so true. Where are all of the different sized women who are doing their thing out there, right? And then I started thinking, because you know what, listen, the Normanni video came out and everybody was talking about the Normanni video, and I stayed quiet because when I saw the Normanni video, my heart broke. My heart broke. My heart broke. Because people are like, oh, here's this dark-skinned woman. Oh, this dark-skinned young lady. Oh, she's doing it. She's creating the positive, this, that, and when I saw the video, what I saw was a young lady, barely dressed, twerking around and moving her backside and having a whole bunch of other women moving their backside. I think at one point they were up on a damn fence, twerking on the fence, just gyrating their hips. And I think that there is an imbalance that exists in Black women here in this country. There's a dysfunction that exists where most of our concentrated effort, energy, and attention is on our lower chakras. So that when we take the African art of encapsulating that femininity and doing these movements, that it is bastardized in this country and reduced to twerking, so that there's no artistic, all you see is a person, all you see is the ass moving, because we've been reduced to that parts of our body. There's no with none of the true powers of femininity encapsulated in these dances. All you see is a woman with her back to you, her face. Listen, her face is not even incorporated into the dance. All you see is a woman whose face does not matter, whose nothing matters. None of her elegance and grace and all of this other stuff, none of that matters. The only thing that matters is the gyrating of the lower chakras. That's it. But bouncing and flapping her fatty parts around for the camera. And then people seeing her and being like, yeah, because that is the most that they are willing to see her for. So when I saw that Normanni video, my heart broke. My heart broke, because I'm like, what I would love to see is I would love to see Black women being able to make music and being able to dress in different styles. If you want to wear baggy clothes, if you want to be covered up, if you want to be able to have it about the music. Because listen, I come from an era and a genre. You know what? I'm so happy that I was able to be born when I was born. Because I come from an era in a genre where women like Anita Baker were able to make music in their 30s and still have their music be loved and appreciated. Where Patti LaBelle could come out and make music in her 30s and be loved and appreciated. Now we have this imbalance where now you have to listen. It all dawned on me one day when someone asked, please show us a Black musical diva that is darker than a brown paper bag. Show us a diva. Now, show us. It's like we have all of these musicians nowadays, but show us a mega diva star that is darker than a brown paper bag. And I could not think of one, because we have Nicki Minaj talking about, Cardi B got the Latina privilege. And I'm thinking to myself, look at you and her about the same complexion. And then I remember one day I saw Nicki Minaj on Twitter, and she was bouncing her titties in the camera, and she was rubbing them. And I was like, look at what this woman has to do to be able to stay relevant to her base. That she has to hook them in with sexuality. I remember when one of my videos was flagged on YouTube years ago. And at the same time, so like one of the videos was flagged, I think because there was some cleavage in the video or whatever. But at the same time, Beyonce had a song where she was barely dressed, more than half naked. I'd say 75% naked and rolling around on something fur on the floor. And I'm like, I feel like we are trapped in this existence where there are only but so many different blocks in which Black women can be seen and quote unquote appreciated. And I feel like, I remember I read this thing that talked about whether or not a woman's outward sexuality is a part of feminist power or the misogynist control of that feminine power. And in the article that I read, it talked about how if a woman is able to decide for herself and use her femininity and her sexuality at her own discretion and controls her own image and narrative, then it is empowering. However, if someone else has control of that, then it is disempowering. And when I think about the industry today, would any of these women be able to exist in the industry if they weren't rolling around in thongs? I didn't see more of damn Nicki Minaj ass than her damn proctologist, most likely. I just, ugh. And I'm like, do these women have autonomy and freedom of choice to be able to say, well, you know what? I want to wear baggy clothes and do this and do this video. I don't want to be out here like the outfit Normanni had on. It was just some ripped up. It looked like she had on a shirt from what it is that I can remember, because I tried to wash that out of my mind. It looked like she had on some sort of shirt and some inappropriately, like not even finesse wise ripped up shorts from what it is that I can remember. And all I remember is just seeing this young lady prostituting her own image, prostituting her sexuality in a music video where I am 99% sure that if she didn't go out there less than half dressed, that she wouldn't get the attention and accolade that she got. Because I'm like, where are the examples? Besides Missy Elliott in the 1990s, what example do we have of a female, a Black female entertainer coming out nowadays who doesn't have to take off her clothes or pimp her sexuality? Instead of saying prostituting her sexuality, I'll say pimp her sexuality, or have her sexuality pimped, depending on how it is that you wanna look at it. So then let's get back to Lizzo, right? So then Azaelia Banks made these comments about Lizzo, about how Lizzo is this Mammy and people are laughing at her, not with her, and she's getting all of this promotion because she's fat and she's Mammy-ish, right? And I started really thinking about the archetypes that we have for Black women. You know, I think about my own journey here on YouTube, traversing through these YouTube streets, as well as navigating through Hollywood, as you know that I'm in Los Angeles right now. And I thought about, when I think about the people, my thing fell down outside. When I think about the people, the Black women who have been able to rise up through the canals towards fame, there are only certain types of Black women that make it. And when we think about the obese buffoon, the obese Black woman who is non-threatening to the supremacy, she's non-threatening. As a matter of fact, she makes a fool of herself, and people feel comfortable with her playing that fool role. I think about the people on YouTube, the Black women that I've seen on YouTube, because we were just on that live show and we were talking about, thumbs up the video if you're here and you're feeling what it is that I'm saying. Show your support by playing into the YouTube algorithm. It matters for them. So thumbs up the video. There's more than 100 people in here right now. And so go ahead and thumbs it up. So then let's talk about this whole buffoon thing, right? And I have not finished making my opinion about this. I'm still in the process of formulating my opinion. But when I look around, there does seem to be boxes that we are categorized in. I remember when Glozell was rising the ranks of fame on YouTube. And I thought about how people loved to be able to look at Glozell and laugh at the foolishness that she was doing. I remember one day, I'm telling you, I was sitting inside of my loft at TKO Skin, and I saw this video of Glozell, and my heart broke because Glozell is such a talented woman. You all know Glozell. She's a beautiful, talented woman. I don't know how many of you know that Glozell has a beautiful singing voice. I heard her sing in some of her earlier videos, and her voice was beautiful. Yet, people didn't exalt her for this beautiful singing voice. She was standing up there, like, the video I saw, she was like clucking like a chicken, and she was like, fart, 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 fart. And then she would like rip her wig off. And then at one point, she just started coming out like a clown, wearing green sequin, green glitter lipstick, the green hair streaks, the blonde curly wig, and then it was like the punchline was always the same. That she would rip off her wig, and then she'd have some little scraggly plaits underneath there, or the wig cap, or her hair would just be a mess underneath there. And oh, how they love to sit back and clap. Ha 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 ha! Look at her. Fart, fart. Some big grown woman out there, exalted into fame for playing the fucking fool. First time that I purposefully used the F word on camera, playing the fucking fool. They exalted her for doing that. And then when you look at Lizzo, I want you all to show me, please, I want you all to show me anybody past the 90s, any black woman who is overweight past the 90s, who didn't have to act like a fucking jackass to be able to reach fame. Show me. I want to see her. God damn it. I want to see her. Show me. Because it's like we've been placed into this box where we got to act the fucking ass. Where we got to act like damn fools, jumping, clowning, and farting around. Past the 90s. Somebody saying Missy Elliott. Missy Elliott came out in the 90s. I want to see somebody who has come out, introduced on the scene past the 90s, who didn't have to jump around and make a minstrel show of herself. Somebody said Jill Scott. When did Jill Scott come out? Come on, give me a name past the 90s. We've been 20 years into the 2000s. And you're talking about look at the 90s. People from the 90s are turning 30 now. Listen to what it is that I'm saying. We've been into the 2000s for 20 years. Show me somebody in the past 2 decades. Show me. Okay, so people saying they need to think. Hold on. Okay, I'm trying to see because the camera's so far. Somebody saying Angie Stone from the 90s too. HER is not overweight. I want you to show me someone. Okay, so we're talking about America. And India Arie was not overweight when she came out. She's older now, and life changes and everything. So she's a little thickums now, but she came out in the 90s. Hold on. Was that the 90s? Hold on. You know what? Was it the end? Somebody saying Erykah Badu as thin as she is? All right. Let's. Oh, Jennifer Hudson. Okay. All right. I'll give you that one. Jennifer Hudson. She came out, but let me ask you all this, right? When you saw Dreamgirls, let me ask you, listen, when you saw Dreamgirls and you heard Jennifer Hudson's voice compared to Beyonce's, I mean, if you look at Jennifer Hudson now, Jennifer Hudson is very thin now. But if you look at, how many of you saw Dreamgirls and listen side by side with the power and range in Jennifer Hudson's voice compared to Beyonce's? Beyonce's voice was like, after I saw Dreamgirls, Beyonce's voice was like flat soda to me. For those of you who don't drink soda and you go to drink soda and you haven't had it in a while and it burns all inside your nose, gets all into your ears and sinuses, makes the top of your head hot. That's the way Jennifer Hudson's voice was to me. It was powerful and furtive. And then you hear that compared to Beyonce's voice. Beyonce's voice was like flat soda to me. Still soda, but it was a little bit flat. Not saying that her singing is flat, because she has range, of course. But when I heard the two voices compared side by side, I was like, there's really no comparison to me. And then somebody's talking about Monique, the comedian. Okay. I mean, I said not acting the fool. Queen Latifah is 90s. So here we have this person, Azaelia Banks, who, me personally, I feel Azaelia Banks has some mental health issues that are unaddressed. However, when I thought about her statements about Lizzo, I really had to take a few moments to really kind of sit back and think. Has there been a plus size Black woman who has been able to thrive in the industry plus size without having to act the goddamn ass? Everybody I know who has already lost weight. Name one. Even Missy, listen, all of these people you naming, Missy Elliott, even Jill Scott lost weight, Monique, Jennifer Hudson, all of these women are slender now. So nonetheless, so she made these comments about Lizzo. So Azaelia Banks made these comments, and I feel that Azaelia Banks' comments were coming from a place of whatever it is that she got going on inside of herself mentally. However, there were bits of truth in what it is that she was saying. There are bits of truth. Black women are pigeonholed into these boxes to be able to satisfy the whims of massa, even now today. So we have the archetypes. And you know what? I might even just sit down one day and just talk about the archetypes. Where we have the archetypes of the Black women who are promoted. Brainstorm with me right now. Let's come up with 5 archetypes right now. I'm going to tell you what it is that I see off the top of my head. The archetypes of Black women who can become successful nowadays in the 2000s, right? So we have the archetype of the Black woman. Remember, this is just off the top of my head, so brainstorm with me. So we have the archetype of the Black woman who has the Euro phenotype or ambiguous phenotype. She's the Black woman who is exalted for her unmistaken beauty. Where her unmistaken beauty and charm, because she has that Euro phenotype, right? Like the Cardi B and the Nicki Minaj, where they have the lighter complexion skin, but they're able to be purported as Black women, even though their noses are slender and their skin is light, their hair straight, and they're purported as Black women, so they're out there, right? Okay, all right. So then we have her, right? Then we have the sapphire, the Jezebel, the all sexual Black woman. I was looking at this. I was reading the comments on this video that I was looking at the other day, and there were people in the comments who were talking about how Black women are just so built and ready for sex. Oh, Black women are built and ready for sex. So we got the sapphire, the Jezebel, the sexy mamacita, the sexy vixen. Remember, it was impossible. Remember, they had it as a law in this country that you could not rape a Black woman because a Black woman was unrapeable because she was so lascivious and so hungry for sex that it was impossible to rape her because she was just cocked wide open, spread eagle, waiting for you to fall in there or tempt you into there. So then we have the ambiguous, we have the sapphire, then we have the Mammy, the non-threatening, motherly woman who is devoid of sexuality herself and who is yielding and all giving of herself, using her bosom to nurse your children as her children go hungry. So then we have the Mammy. Then we have the fool. So we're up to 4 now. I just said that we needed 5. Then we have the fool. I'm a chicken, rip my wig off fool who will go out there, step and fetch, and coon it up We have the fool, right? Then I see somebody said the ratchet chick, the Tiffany Haddish, where you ask her, what can the industry do to be more representative of black women? And she talking about, I don't know that. You ask me how I can set up a good joke, and I tell you how I can set up a good joke. But how we gonna do better as black women? I don't know that. You don't ask me about joke setup. I tell you that, but I don't know. I don't know. So then we have that because she's non-threatening, because she's so, and then also Cardi B falls in that role. She's so damn ghetto, so damn loud. I saw this bitch, excuse my language. I'm bugging out now. I'm bugging out. I retract that. I saw her ass sitting up there on the couch across from Ellen. And I was like, Ellen got this woman up on her show. And please, listen, forgive me for calling her the B word. I retract that, because I don't stand for that in my comments, and I'm not going to start purporting that in my videos, calling women the B word. So please, I strike that from the record. But I seen her up there on Ellen talking about, yeah, this is how I got pregnant. I got pregnant like this. And I'm like, really? And poor Cardi B. I think, you know what? I think Cardi B falls into several of those archetypes. She falls into the ghetto girl. She falls into the mixed chick. And she also falls into the fool. She did a Pepsi commercial where they put a fucking pigeon. Listen to what it is. Like, they put a fucking pigeon in her Pepsi commercial. And Cardi B is like, oh, and then they put the fucking pigeon. You know what a pigeon means to a person from New York, from the Bronx? They put a fucking pigeon inside of her damn commercial where she was like, oh, and then the pigeon was like, and I'm like, really, motherfuckers? Really? I'm sorry, I'm going off today. I'm going off. Excuse me, because I've never used profanity like this publicly before. And I'm like, this girl, all her millions, all these people exalting her up to commercial status, and at the end of the day, they put a goddamn bird mimicking the sound that she's making. Oh, a pigeon? I'm from New York. Cardi's from New York. We both from the Bronx. A pigeon? You know what a pigeon means? How many of you out there from your many different backgrounds know what a pigeon represents? And then some decision maker had the nerve to put a pigeon in the video next to Cardi B. And I'm like, oh, that shows right there what it is that they think of her. Tell me in the comments. I want you all to tell me what a pigeon or a bird means. Come on, talk to me. Talk to me. So then we got these 5 archetypes. Are there more? Let's see, can we get 2 more so we can make it an even 7? So that we can make it an even 7. Because I was talking about this in the last video. How black women are mothers of all civilization. We are. Who is more spiritual and more grounded than black women? We are connected to the earth. We are Mama Earth ourselves. Yet, when you look in the self-help community, you'd be hard-pressed to find a black woman leading these multi-level, multinational retreats. You'd be hard-pressed to find one exalted to the highest hierarchies of fame for her spirituality. I remember I saw a white woman with her hair wrapped up, with all the bangles on her arm. She had a head wrap on. She had a head wrap on with all her hairs, her stringy hairs, barely holding up the head wrap. Because you know, head wraps slip off of slick hair. But she had the head wrap on and she had the bangles and she was sitting there praying in a prayer. I remember it was a black and white image and her hair was wrapped up in this huge bouffant of a head wrap. And she had and she was in this prayer stance, right? And I was thinking to myself, what the hell is this? What is this? And it's like when I look around at all of these gurus telling me about how I'm going to touch base into my inner center and my inner core, all of these women are white. All of these women are white. Lisa Nichols was the only black woman in The Secret that I remember. Maybe there were more, that I only remember Lisa Nichols. When we come to talking about spirituality, when we come to talking about rising through human hardship, when we come to talking about that, what is it that the most privileged people in our society who are exalted and given the opportunities, where is it that these people who, when it comes time, where are all of these spiritual, all of these Caucasoid spiritual people when niggas getting shot down in a goddamn street? Where are all these spiritual people with their motherfucking drums and tambourines then? Bitch, where they at? Where they at? It's like, you so fucking spiritual, right? But yet, black people subjugated in this motherfucking society. Where's your goddamn tambourine? Where's your fucking drum? You up there talking about how you're gonna lead me on some fucking retreat and you're gonna take me to the other edge, huh, bitch? Really? But when we need someone to speak up, you and all of your privilege and your money exalted to this position as mama what? Mama Africa? What? Mama Europe? Well, who are you? In this spiritual revolution, so Mama Europe is what? Gonna lead us where? Because when all is said and done, they're like, oh, kumbaya, peace. But where is the peace and the tambourine beating and the standing up with your fucking fist up in the goddamn air when black people are getting shot down in the street? When the wealth gap and inequality, when people motherfuckers is still in Flint, Michigan, drinking brown goddamn water, bathing in lead. Where are all these Mama Europes then? All these people at the head of the spiritual movement, where are they then? And then it's like, I have an associate who's a black man, and he has a large platform. He has a large platform of Caucasian people who watch his content for the spiritual messages and the messages of power. But when that nigga opened up his mouth to talk about some goddamn black issues, that same motherfucking audience is telling him to shut the fuck up. Same audience. I've seen it. Oh, why do you have to bring race into the whole? I'm like, did you not remember? Did you not realize that you're watching a black man? Did you not realize you're watching a black man? So it's like, so it's like this movement is built on quote unquote inclusion, as long as you don't try to include your race into it. Because then they don't want to answer to that. They don't want to answer to the atrocities that are still being enacted today. They don't want to answer to it. I feel fired up. I feel fired up. And then, listen, I'm going to make this statement. I'm going to make this statement, right? I'm going to make this statement. And you can take it however you want it, right? I don't know one black man in this spiritual movement. I don't know one black man in this spiritual movement who is with a black woman. Prove me wrong. Show me. Show me. I want to see it. I want to see it. Show me. Show me. Show me where the strong black family is. Because so here. What is the come on? We did 5. We did 5 archetypes. We did 5 archetypes. I want 2 more. I want 2 more. I want 2 more. I've given the 5 that I know. I want you all to give me 2 more that we didn't talk about. So we have the racially ambiguous. We have the mammy. We have the clown. We have the ghetto chick, and then we have the sexual sapphire. Give me 2 more. Oh, okay. But you know what? With the strong, hard, okay, you know what? Let's put the superwoman in there. Let's put the superwoman in there. The black superwoman that everybody looks to be the beast of goddamn burden for every motherfucking body else. The beast of burden for everyone else. Let's put that in there. Oh, somebody said the white token. Listen. Okay. All right. All right. You know what? Yes. Yes. Would the white token be an archetype, though? Would the white token, the black woman who is a token for the white triarchy, would that be a token, an archetype? You know what? We're going to leave we're going to leave that last one open. I'm going to leave it open for you to comment in the comments what the last one would be. So we got the mule beast of burden. And then so there's some runner-ups that we have for the last archetype. We got the angry black woman. We got the angry black woman. Would the angry black woman also be the independent, I don't need nobody black woman? I think those two come very close together. So let's talk about the runner-ups that we have for the last position. And I want you all to vote. I want you all to vote. A white person is not getting on this list. Oh, Dipped in Indigo says she can't hear this. Child, you might not want to hear it because the language that I used in this video might singe some people's ears, right? So I believe Issa Rae would fall under the comedy role, right? So Issa Rae, but you know what? I don't know, because Issa Rae plays the comic in front of the camera, but behind the camera, she's making moves and doing things. All right. So listen, I'm going to leave the last one open. We got some honorary mentions, and then I want you all to comment in the comments who you feel is the last archetype. So we have, for the runner-ups, we have the angry black woman. We have the token black woman, who's a token for the white man. Then we have the hoteps. The hoteps. So those are 3 that I the masculine warrior mule independent. So the mule is number 6. The mule is number 6. And then we have the black superwoman. So those are the runner-ups for the last one. And I want to hear your thoughts below. Whew, I went off in this video. I went off. I want everybody to take a deep breath and just release all of these pent up, the angers that we're feeling in this video. Just breathe in. And just imagine like sand, like, you know, when the wave comes in and pulls that sand off. I want you all to just imagine that, like, every time you breathe out, that a wave is coming in and then pulling back all of the anger and vitriol and washing it out to sea. All right. Thank you all for listening to my rant today. I appreciate you all coming out. Go ahead and thumbs up the video. Oh Lord, we have 200 people on here who done listen to me cursing everyone out. Well, not cursing people out, but going off in this video. There are 72 thumbs up. Go ahead and get these thumbs up in. Go ahead and get these thumbs up in. All right. So somebody's saying that was fun. Monica, Lord have mercy. My cursing and ranting was fun. All right. So listen. All right. Thank you all for coming out. I want to hear your thoughts on the 7th archetype. Who deserves to have the 7th place? I'm tired. I'm tired of raging against the machine in this country. I'm tired. I'm tired of I'm tired of and so you see the archetypes that we mentioned are the archetypes that I feel are exalted. Now you all mentioned some of the other ones, right? The educated woman, the woman who's about her business, the grounded woman. These are the Black women that I feel do not get exalted by society and placed on a pedestal. So the token Republican lady, that's the token woman that we were talking about, right? So those are so like people like me, I feel like people who, and then maybe we'll talk about the archetypes that don't get exalted, because the ones that we talked about are the ones that do get exalted, right? By Caucasians, by us, the ones who are given fame for fitting into those archetypes. But the ones who don't are the people like me. Hmm. I wonder. I wonder. The Black woman who fights for Black rights, is she really ever exalted? Hmm. Oh, wow. You know what? The hippie Black girl, the anime Black girl, the cosplay Black girl, the blurred. It's like people act like they don't even exist. Like there isn't, like Black women are monolith of these 7 archetypes. All right. The overweight Black woman who isn't who isn't a fool for the man. You know what? The bed wench. Is she a token? Would she fall under the token? Because I feel like the bed wench is exalted. If you create a channel right now on YouTube where you have yourself a Caucasian man, you'll be exalted. Oh, your relationship story, relationship goals will reach the Plymouth. All right. Someone wants to know what a bedwench is. You know what? A bedwench is a word that is actually, it's a politically incorrect word that I don't agree with, right? It's a word that stems from slavery, when Black women were assaulted by their masters and were made to be in this subservient position to pretend as if she really loved master and really wanted to be with him. And in some Stockholm syndrome women may even have convinced herself that she did love massa. So the whole bedwench thing comes from Black women who are with white men willingly and openly and exalt these white men. So they're called bed wenches, but the true original bed wenches could not consent. So what we're really doing is we're criticizing victims of white on Black rape. So that's what we're really doing. All right. And you know what? You know what I think makes me, you know what it is that I think makes me angry? And so, I spent this whole video ranting, but I think what it is that makes me angry is that we have all of these gatekeepers who withhold success from Black women who are not in the seven archetypes that we talked about. And I'm going to look for the seventh one in the comments. So success is withheld from these women. And a place like YouTube used to be a place where Black people, Black women could circumvent the gatekeepers. It used to be a place where Black people could broadcast themselves. And I remember back in the days when YouTube was like the wild, wild west, and everybody was staking a piece of the frontier. There were Black people who had news shows. There were Black people who had comedy shows. There were Black mothers who talked about their children. There were Black travel vloggers. There were Black people who cooked. There were Black people who were on the comic scene. There were Black people who did video games. There were all different types of Black people who did video reviews, Black people who talked about relationships and self-love. And now when I look around on YouTube, all I see are Black women who have been pushed into certain boxes where most of the Black women I see now are doing gossip blogging. Most of the Black women I see are doing gossip blogging. I can't even, that gossip blogging and beauty. Gossip blogging, beauty, and comedy. That's it. That's it. And I feel like as a society, we have certain roles that we feel most comfortable with Black people being in. And it's like, I feel like white society controls and gears, what is acceptable. And what angers me is that the same gatekeepers who existed in Hollywood and these other realms and on TV have now descended upon YouTube and are now controlling the narrative here. So that if you're not talking about how to apply foundation and eyelashes, or if you're not trying to make people laugh, or if you're not talking about gossip, that you just really can't. You just really can't. All right, listen. What does the Madea type represent? First of all, Madea is a man. Come on. Come on now. Let's come on. Okay. All right. All right. And you know what? Oh, someone just said that they are an artsy girl who talks about, yeah, you know what? Listen. All right. So Les, yes, I will give you all a hug. We went the gamut. I feel like you know what it is? I think part of what's troubling me is that I feel powerless. I feel powerless against the societal cravings of white Americans who dictate the narrative. Because I remember when the decision makers behind the scenes were promoting certain people's videos on YouTube, they would promote the people that they felt most comfortable with. And then now, so it's like we have a narrative that is still being dictated by Caucasians. And it's frustrating and it's debilitating. And I feel powerless. That's how I feel. I felt like at one time I felt like I had a chance on YouTube. But now I feel like the same powers that be that control the channels to success in other arenas have now descended upon YouTube and are controlling. Like, we can't even talk about, like, if I put the word black in any of my video titles or in the description, or if I even say the word black inside of my video, it's flagged. I'm a black person. I can't discuss black issues. This is how they control you, and they control the talk, they control the narrative. And I feel powerless against it. I feel powerless. And it's like, you know what? I tried for many months to use viral topics to create some sort of teachable lesson, and YouTube rewarded me for that. Until I started talking about, until some of the viral topics were rape, and we were talking about rape and getting justice. When the viral topics turned towards those, YouTube took away my ability to make money on YouTube. They took me out the partner program after 12 years. 12 years. So it's like I feel powerless and I feel stuck. And that's what's been bothering me lately. Cuz I feel like the chips once again are stacked against us. I feel like the chips once again are stacked against us. And then when I went to go work behind the scenes, in Hollywood over the past few weeks, the person who brought me in was a black man. And then this black man became the gatekeeper and wanted me to participate in some stuff with him that I was not interested in participating in. And then made the situation very uncomfortable and very uncertain for me because I would not participate in the way that he wanted me to participate with him. He became my gatekeeper then. So that now I'm here on YouTube and I have these gatekeepers. And then I get brought on by black people, by a black man behind the scenes, and then he becomes my gatekeeper. And all in all, I'm flailing and floundering around between all of these different avenues, never really able to ever really be free. Never really able to be free. Never really able to excel on the merit of the quality of the content that I create. I am very good at what it is that I do. I'm very good at what it is that I do. But at the end of the day, that doesn't seem to matter. What matters is whose ass I kiss, how I can contort myself, and whether or not I'm willing to pop my pussy. At the end of the day, with all of the education, with all of the travel, with all of the worth, with all of this stuff that I have, at the end of the day, what matters is whether or not I could kiss ass and pop pussy. And that troubles me. That troubles me. And I'm tired. And I am angry. I'm angry that the elders before us have placed no 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 controls in place to be able to assist the people coming behind them. All of these elders before us. And it's like, you know what? And it's like we become too embarrassed. Once we make it, we become too embarrassed to be like, I am going to assist people who have the chips stacked against them. Where's the black production company? Where's the female run black production companies that purposefully hire women of color and purposefully pay people equal pay for equal work? So that in 2002, so that in 2020, that I still don't have to be beckoned to kiss ass and pop pussy to be able to make it onto the other side. Let's hug. Let's hug. Thank you all for hearing me out. I got everything off of my chest that I needed to get off of my chest. I appreciate you all being here for me during this rant. I went off, and I appreciate you all commenting and writing with me publicly. Because you know what, at the end of the day, we're all on this spinning ball together. We're all on this earth together, just trying to make a way, trying to make a way, trying to make it, trying to get somewhere, trying to live our dreams, live authentically. And you know what, at the end of the day, that's what we all want, is to live and be our authentic, true selves. That's what you want. That's what I want. Where's my moderators? One of my moderators, let me handle this myself. There we go. Thank you. All right. You know what? I feel better now. I'm hoping that I'll be able to sleep at night now after getting all of that off of my chest. I hope I'll be able to sleep because a lot of that has been... Oh, give me a hug. Hug me, hug me, hug me, hug me. Oh, yes, 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 yes. All right. Listen, don't feed the trolls. Thank you all for that hug. I feel better. Breathe in deep, everybody, and just release all of this. Oh, just breathe in deep and release it. All right. Listen, thank you all for coming out. Thank you for listening to my rant where I went off and said some stuff that I've never said publicly before. Share the video, get other people's thoughts on it. I know we talked for a long, long time. I wasn't expecting, I don't think I've ever had an hour-long rant before. Goodness gracious. I thought we were just going to talk about Lizzo. And then it went into something else. And B is saying we all needed that. Thank you, Tonya. You're welcome. And somebody saying, I don't blame the elders. You know what? I don't think blame is the right word. You know, I don't think blame is the right word. However, there were people who have, we're talking about we've been 20 years into the year 2000. 20 years. We have the Puff Daddies, the Jay-Z's, the Oprahs, and all of these athletes with a tremendous amount of money. We have the Tyler Perrys, and we have the Black people who have come before us. Does Oprah have a production school and company? Does she have a production facility for young up and coming Black people? The next talk show host, does she have something like that for Black people? Does she? Does Puff Daddy have a production school for young Black people coming up? Jay-Z, who sold crack to his own people, does he have a production company teaching young Black kids how to get by in the industry? Do any of these people have a network of lawyers and business consultants for Black people to learn how to be successful in business? Look, we've been talking for an hour. You know I don't like to speak for more than an hour on the broadcast, so I'm going to get off of the video now. Write your comments below. Tonya TKO, and I'm out. Come to my website. Get my book, The Book of Affirmation, Self-Love. This book is life-changing. It's a life-changing book. It's an affirmations workbook written by a certified clinical hypnotherapist, me, which will help rewrite your subconscious programming for self-love. Talk to you later, everybody. I love you all. Peace.